Okay, well here we go. We've got the Century Radikal G20 build videos. This is the what's in the box. I've already taken the top off of it to make it a little bit easier. So let's take a look and see what we got here. First thing here they sent us is a tunable pipe. This is the slimline pipe for the Zenoas and gas engines. Their version 2. It's a little different than the version 1. We'll go over that in a little more detail when we get ready to start mounting that up. We've also got the Zenoa G20 EI engine, and again we'll open it up and we'll take a little more detailed look at it when we're ready to start mounting it up and getting it ready to mount into the helicopter. And we've got here some decals for the canopy. First box here, this is the canopy and the windscreen. You're going to have to trim out the windscreen and screw it to the canopy. Apply your decals. Nothing big there. What else we got? Let's take a look in this box. It looks like this is going to be all of our longer parts, our tail booms, stuff of that nature. Here's our tail boom, boom support, struts, stuff like that. That's all that's in there. And then this box here, this is going to have all our parts in it, all our frame parts, head build parts. Everything's bagged up real nice. We'll go over them individually, like I said, you know, as we're going through the build video. There's quite a few. This is in kit form. Nothing's pre-assembled, so you're going to have to put it all together and screw it all together. And you know, this is definitely a building kit. So let's go ahead and we'll get it up on the bench. There's a manual in here somewhere. We'll find that and we'll look at the manual in a little more detail and then start building it. Okay, we'll go into a little more detail what's in all these boxes. First of all, you're going to find an addendum, set of addendums in the box. They made some changes from the production run, and I think they forgot to put a couple of parts in the production kits, so you'll see there's a couple, 3, 4 of them in here. We'll go into more detail about them as we get to them, and I'll explain what they're there for and stuff like that. And then here we got the manual. This is a pretty good manual, lots of detail. If you just follow the steps and everything goes together real nice and smooth. Each bag's got a number on it, and then the pages tell you what bag you're in for the parts. So here we're into the head build, and then we got bag 1. So inside of bag 1 you've got the parts to do the head build. There's the rotor head blocks, fly bar parts, blade grips, bearings, stuff like that. Bag 2, more of the same. You got your fuel tank, frame sides, and when you get to that point, you know, the manual states now to move on to bag 2 and to continue on with the build. See, we're still in build bag 1 here, building up the head. So now we get into bag 2 where we're starting to build the frame and put the frame parts together. Bag 2 is still part of the engine, stuff like that. And like I said, it's pretty detailed. You just follow the manual and everything will go together nice and smooth. That's really about it for the manual. Like I said, these are the different bags. This is bag 3, more of the frame parts, stuff to mount the fan shroud, clutch, gear, stuff like that. Bag 4 is when you get into the tail parts. So you got your tail blades, stock tail blades are plastic, your fins and tail box parts, stuff like that. They also give you, this is the box with the links, some of the canopy mounts. They include the servo mounting plates, which is a nice little touch. Servo screws, balls for the ball links, stuff like that. And then lastly, they also include there's some more screws here, some Allen wrenches, and some blue Loctite to do your metal to metal connect or joints, you know, bolts and stuff like that. Here's your landing gear, skid pipes, everything you need in here to mount that. And then, like I showed you before, here's the bag with all the tail boom, the tail control rod, and stuff like that. And like I said, when we get to each step, we'll pull the stuff out of each box and we'll go into more detail about exactly what's in there.